So many people say that the thing they argue about is who does what, or rather who isn't doing certain things. And every couple, every family has to work out what works for them. I mean, you know, it's not somebody coming in and saying, well, this is what mums do and this is what dads do, because people have to find something that feels fair. Sometimes that fairness is you do 5, I do 5. But very rarely in the families that I've interviewed has it been either a straight, he does, she does, or, you know, we each do 50%. Usually people work out some kind of deal, sometimes based on, well, I really can't bear doing that and he doesn't mind it. And this doesn't have to follow the sort of traditional sort of male-female lines. I mean, many couples, you know, he's happier doing the cooking and she's happier just basically sort of setting the table and clearing the table and that kind of thing. The other thing people often find is it's convenient. So it might be taking the baby to nursery. It's the person who's got the shorter journey to work. But the point is being aware of what each is doing. It's so easy when you feel burdened is to think you are a martyr and you are doing it all. And sometimes to be able to sort of draw up a sense of what you do and at the same time what your partner does, you might get very surprised and actually think, oh, you know, he does more than I think. Or you might think, actually, I shouldn't be doing as much of that. I'm going to talk to him about it. Very often what people find is that they don't get that little bit of time for themselves. And again, it's easy to get into the role where you don't actually say to your partner, I'd really love 2 hours a week where I can just be me and do my own thing, whether it's, you know, going to the gym or going round out for a drink with my friend. Find those kinds of things and let that be a gift that they give to you, because then you're both gaining something from it. The other thing with things is that some things need to be done monotonously often and other things not so often. And you may find when you do your little audit of who's doing what, that one of you is always doing something that only happens once every 6 weeks, and the other one is doing something, you know, 3 times a day. So you have to think about frequency as well as the task. But do this every so often, try and do it in a fun way, and try and get the rebalance. And rebalancing is key, because life is never the same. You know, babies sleep longer, hopefully. They grow up, their demands, you have another baby, you do one kind of job, you know, it's summer, longer, you know, longer daylight hours, it's winter, less. You've got to be flexible and you've got to negotiate it. And that means you've got to talk to each other and you've got to listen to each other.